Hi everyone, welcome again to Diane and the Written Words. This is the second part of a two-part video where I am exploring the books that are around my parents' house. So in the first part, I looked at my bookshelves here and I unhauled some books and I prepared some books to take with me in my luggage back to Nottingham. And in this part, I'm going around the house to my parents' various bookshelves and I'm taking some that interest me. So let's get started. Welcome to the small room. This used to be my room and then I moved on to the one where I did the video before. That's the biggest cat you've ever seen. It's 8 kilos of a cat. We have another 8 kilos of a cat somewhere else in the house. And then regarding books, we've got my mum's attempts to English with my maternal grandmother there in a picture, and a few items from Catalan culture. This is the trunk that you will use during Christmas. I'll explain that some other time. If you put caga somewhere, you'll learn about it. I mean, that's just a small version of it, but that's what we have because it's an apartment. A few National Geographics, that could be interesting actually. That could be cool. And then I can see there's a few classics. I'm just not sure if my mom would let me have them. We've got Dickens, we've got Rebekah from Daphne du Maurier. That was probably my favorite book of last year, or one of the top 5 for sure, but this is obviously very abridged. But I see Rudyard Kipling and Conrad. Anyway, I'll have a look at this at some other point because I need my mother's permission. And then a lot of, learn English stuff. I wasn't even going to show you this room because I thought there wasn't anything in this bookshelf that would interest me, because that's encyclopedias and paperwork from the house and some books of history that my dad has. So all of this is his history stuff. Some things on geography. Again, like I don't want a guide to Prague. And I don't think they need it either because they went a long time ago. This is my grandma's village. So here we have a few books from them. Every once in a while someone publishes something about the village. But as I said, I wasn't going to show you this, but then I saw this and it sounds really cool. Welcome to my country, bienvenidos a mi país. 1, 2, 3, Viva l'Algérie by Antonia Santolaya. And it's a graphic novel. Struggles. It feels a lot like Marjane Satrapi to a certain point, but then it uses a lot of different techniques in here and colors, which Satrapi doesn't use as far as I have seen. And so I'm interested in this. I'll probably have a look these days. I don't know if it's going to my haul, but it will do if I don't get time to read it. And then what else? Stephen Hawking, The Origin of Species. I haven't read it actually. I only started it from Charles Darwin, obviously. I have read this one. Oh my god, The Universe in a Nutshell. L'univers en una closca de nou. I understood about 40%, I think. And then going down here, surprise, surprise, we have more books. So Embroideries by Marjane Satrapi. As I was saying, I read this a long time ago. And then I gave it to my mum. Fishes and all the fauna. Nope. Lewis Carroll. The Game of Logic. That could be interesting. I just don't know if I have the time. Oh, Tales of Childhood by Roald Dahl. I'm actually reading Matilda right now, and this would be a really good companion book, so I might steal it from my mum and then give a video of both. Moby Dick, I think I have it in a TBR, but I just don't have the energy right now. Let me know if it was super entertaining, but I don't know. Edgar Allan Poe, The Complete Tales and Poems. Oh dear, okay. I will keep this in mind. I'm not going to take it right now, but I would like to probably read it at some point. Complete Short Fiction by Oscar Wilde. Oh, cool. I'm going to ask my mom about this. And I'm going to take Roald Dahl's Tales of Childhood. Gonna keep the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory here because we read it together. So that one is been read. And then I have no idea what these are. What is this? Full of notes and completely... Ooh, what? Oh, 1,080 recipes. She actually never cooks with recipes, and neither do I. I only get inspiration from them. What is... Oh god, these are so old. Such an old book. The Tower of Physics. Not interested. Moving on to the living room. This is where the magic happens. Oh, what do we have here? We have the other 8 kilos of a cat. Hello. Yay. He's the wild one. This is Tony. The black one is Vicen, because they're typical names in Ibiza and we found them in the countryside, so they have the typical names that you would expect. And this is the bookshelf. We normally keep books here that it's like a longer term storage, so to speak. So I've gone through my parents' bookshelves and I found quite a few books. Some of them I'm going to haul in here and some of them I'm going to take with me to Nottingham. One that I intend to read but in the future is the saga of Mercer Rodoreda. I've read all these three and I do want to expand as well, but these three I feel like they marked me so much when I was a teenager that I want to definitely look at those again all together, you know, as part of her most well-known texts. So we have Aloma, which is a book that she wrote at the beginning of her career and then she rewrote, so this is the rewritten version, and it's about the relationship between a young girl and an old man. So there's a lot of psychological analysis in here and there's a lot of commentary on the role of femininity and feminism. La Plaza del Diamant is her better known book, I think, and it's about a family, especially the woman, that they try to make the most of their life in the post-war at the beginning of the 20th century in Barcelona. So she tries to survive. She's got a lot of tensions in her marriage and you see a lot of violent masculinity in here and also her strive to succeed and to survive and to take care of her children. And the third book is Mirar Trencat, which is towards the end of her career. And this one talks about 3 generations and it's and again talks a lot about women's place in society and within a family. This was my favorite, but it's the one that I remember the least. I think this one is just a more complex tale and that's why. So I'm going to keep this here. I am currently reading The Count of Monte Cristo in original version, Le Comte de Monte Cristo, as a read-along that's happening in Bookstagram, and I'm really enjoying it. So I saw this one, La Femme au collier de velours. It would be translated into English as something like The Woman with the Velvet Necklace. The Woman with the Velvet Necklace. So it's from the same author, Alexandre Dumas, and it's also really short, so I am taking this one. There's this graphic novel, I haven't read the actual novel. It's Homage to Catalonia from George Orwell, in here in Spanish, Homenaje a Catalunya. So I think I'm gonna just read it these days. It's very suggestive, it's all in sepia, as you can see. Oh, sepia and grey. A picture, okay, a bit weird. I haven't seen pictures in graphic novels. Is that something normal? I only read them from time to time. But yeah, so this is one that I'm gonna read these days. And then I just have a bunch of Spanish classics that I want to keep with me so that when I come back I can have a look at those. So I have Novelas Ejemplares from Cervantes. I have Los Santos Inocentes from Miguel Delibes. Anna Karenina from Leo Tolstoy. This is in one of my TBRs, but I don't know when I'll get to it. And this is the Spanish version. I might go for Spanish because it would be easier, even though it's got a lot of text. Lazarillo de Tormes is an anonymous book about a boy and how he survives, and it's really funny, really witty, and lots of people read it in high school, I think, but because I went to French school I didn't, so I feel like I missed out, and it's super short, so that's going in. Platerillo by Juan Ramón Jiménez is poetic prose, if that makes sense. So it looks for the flow and the melody of words, and I'm not sure what the story is actually, but it's another classic that I haven't read, that I should have read, so I want to read it. A couple of Mario Vargas Llosa, again, that's new to me author, Lituma en los Andes and Historia de Maita. So I'm keeping it here with me. I've read some Gabriel García Lorca, that's the author of War in Spain, but I have taken 2 that I haven't read. This is Amor de Don Perlimpín con Belisa en su jardín, Viaje a la Luna, and El Público, and Yerma over here. So really short things. I think it would be cool to just get done. María Barbal, Pedra de Tertera. This is an author that has a very similar style to Mercè Rodoreda, also a woman, also Catalan, writes about the same kind of themes. And this one is about this girl that has to adapt to a change in her life. And I read it when I was, I think, 17. Don't remember anything about it. I remember that I liked the writing style, so it's going in. And this book, Emprendades by Oti Corona Bonet, is a book that the sister of a good friend of mine has written and published. And it's about the traditions and the stories of different women in Ibiza, where I am from, where she is from as well. These are the emprendadas that give the title to the book, and there are these necklaces made of gold that are worn in formal occasions, in formal events in Ibiza, and it's the objects that are used as a link from one story to the other. I'm really looking forward to this. I love the author. She is a brilliant person, and so I think she's gonna have written a brilliant book. And that's all I have today. I'm just gonna put all these books either in my haul pile or in my haul bookshelf, and I'll see how much I can take with me. This is a different kind of video that I don't intend on doing very much in the future, but this was a unique opportunity to just go through my books, which I wanted to do, and to make a video out of it. So let me know if you liked it. I might consider it if a lot of people say that they do. And like this video if you liked it, consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time.